Hey guys, Jared James here. I'm finally now back in the office for all of us that are connected and otherwise through Facebook and Twitter and these other areas. As you know, it's been a bit of a crazy time, convention season, on the road like crazy and whatever, and I am back in the office. I've got the suit off and I can just kind of get some stuff done today. I posted something a little while ago and I talked about the power of patterns and these kinds of things, and I've also made a decision now that my second book now I've started writing is going to be called Paternal Living, almost like paternal, but pattern-AL living, because I've been doing so much research on this and I've just realized the power of these patterns, how it works. Everything we do, everything we are comes from whatever patterns we create. And I've gotten a lot of feedback from this, not only from live audiences, but also from a lot of you that have sent me emails, again, Facebook, Twitter, these kinds of things, tweeted me and that kind of stuff. And, there's been a little pushback in the sense that people are talking about negative patterns and these kinds of things. And I want to make something clear here. Patterns are don't only determine who you are in a positive way, they also determine who you are in a negative way. Patterns are there. Patterns are a lot like principles. They exist whether we acknowledge them or not. If you do not acknowledge the law or the principle of gravity, but then you go and you fall off of a table, you will believe in gravity pretty quickly. Even though you didn't know what gravity was, it still existed. And what I'm telling you is that there are other principles like the law of patterns that exist and have power whether you choose to recognize it or not. And many of us, what we're doing is, subconsciously or consciously, we have developed patterns in our lives that have ultimately gotten us to where we are right now. And what's promising about that is that no matter what, whatever sales or whatever, especially in sales, that you are a direct result of those patterns, that you get paid according to what you're worth based on the patterns you have created. And I say this to push a little bit because I want you to do a little bit of a self-audit right now, and I want you to think to yourself, what patterns have I developed? What patterns do I have going on a daily basis? Do I have lazy patterns? Do I have productive patterns? Do I have middle-of-the-road patterns? Do I have lackadaisical patterns? What kind of patterns have you developed? Because I promise you, there is a direct correlation between the patterns you have created and where you are right now, not only in your business, but also in your life. And that's kind of a cool thing, because if we want to get to certain levels where people are, well, all we have to really do is look at their patterns and emulate their patterns. I love to joke around with people and tell them, when you look at the success levels I've had, it's not because I change into a phone booth every day, mainly because they don't exist anymore. But the point is that I'm a direct result of what I've done over the last 5 years, just like 5 years from now, I'll be a direct result of the patterns that I'm putting in place right now. So when you start to look at your goals, especially going into the new year, and you say, okay, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to do this, here's something I want you to chew on. If your goal, the goal that you create, does not cause you to change your patterns, one of two things is happening. Either your goal is not big enough, or it's also possible that you don't believe in your goal as much as you think that you do. Because our goal has got to cause us to change our patterns. If not, what is the point of it? You cannot get to a different place by keeping the same pattern. I said to an audience earlier, a couple days ago, I said to them, look, if you every single day have a pattern of driving home, leaving your office, driving home, leaving your office, driving home, and one day you say, you know what, today I'm going to go to my girlfriend's house, my friend's house, whatever it may be. Well, if you follow that same pattern of leave my office and go home, you will never make it to your friend's house, girlfriend's house, whatever it may be. There is a different pattern that now has to change. The same thing applies to our business. If you want better results, we have got to implement different patterns. What patterns are you willing to change within your business? Guys, I'll talk to you soon. Make sure, as I said, we're connected, Facebook, Twitter, these kinds of places, but I'll talk to you guys soon. Have a good one.